we have been talking of multiplication. Multiplication of disciples, multiplication of leaders, and multiplication of churches. As we look at this subject of making more disciples for Jesus Christ, we realize that the whole business of discipleship is about deployment. Early in his ministry, Jesus went by the water's edge and saw fishermen. Now, in our mind, when we talk of fishing, we think of sport and entertainment, to go and relax by the water's edge or possibly get in a boat. And we think of a rod and a reel, not a net. But in Jesus' day, the men at the water's edge were commercial fishermen. They were men who depended on their catch for their livelihood. It was their trade. They knew the size of fish, they knew the quality of fish, and they knew the count of the fish. And Jesus stepped into their lives, into their ordinary lives, and said, "Come follow me, and I will make you fishers of men." That story is intriguing to me when we look at it in a variety of ways. One is he called the disciples collectively. It says, "I will make you fishers of men." He called them and they left their nets and responded to Jesus. So many times we read the gospel story as if it is only pertaining to me or to an individual. It does pertain specifically to you and to me, but it pertains to us collectively also. Jesus, when he spoke of going, making more disciples, he was saying to the group, "Come as a group, follow me." Paul very ably illustrated this later in a letter, and he says, "Some will plant, some will water, but it is God that gets the increase." He's calling us as a group to work together to make more disciples for him. There's another account that is late in the time when Jesus is here with us. The disciples are wondering, what does all of this mean? They've gone through all of this tragic time and gone through the excitement of the appearance of Jesus raising from the dead. And Peter says to his friends, "I'm going to go fishing." And the others say, "Peter, we're going to go with you. We'll go fishing." And they go out and they begin to cast their nets. And the scriptures indicate they worked all night. Now, these were professionals. They knew their trade, and still they caught nothing. As they toiled all night, can you imagine how tired they were and exhausted? Scratching their heads and wondering, what are we doing wrong? Why isn't this working? They see a shadow, a person on the shore in the dawn who says, "Fellas, cast your nets on the right side of the boat." And they listen and they go one more time. And the scriptures indicate that the net was filled, overwhelmed with fish. It did not break, but they even counted the fish. They had 153, and it says many large fish. As I read that story, I wonder if Jesus isn't speaking to us to see his church multiply. And he's encouraging us as a group to think creatively, to do some things differently, possibly to cast our net somewhere else. Too many times we get caught up in casting the net only inside the walls of the church. Oh, you can catch fish there. But how many times we can catch other fish if we get outside the walls of the church? To new families, to new homes, to new people who may not be exactly like us, to new communities, to new locations. Would it be possible that he's calling us even to start a whole new church? This next district year, I ask that you, as the body of Jesus Christ, collectively look, where is God calling us? Where is he sending us? Where does he want to deploy us to make more disciples for Jesus Christ? Where shall we cast our net beginning this year?